Good morning and welcome to today's meditation. My name is Jan. This is called Be the Light Meditation, and that's pretty simple. Lighten up. Don't communicate and embody the darker, heavier energies that are occurring so powerfully right now across all realms. So today I've had some experiences this week, and this morning some things have popped up for me that I thought this will be the focus of today's meditation. Because if we're the light, it's one thing just to feel good and to radiate out, good vibes, and that I'm all for that. That's what this is about. But I'm also about using our words with judicious discernment to articulate clearly what's happening right now to ourselves, the truth as we see it to the world, as intuited and received by the higher forces. Because if we continue to tell and retell this consensus reality story, there won't be any change. And we are in the precipice of great social change for humanity. So we know there's a lot politically occurring. I'm going to read something that's written by one of our presidential candidates in this moment. And this is it. Years from now, this moment will have passed, and our children and our grandchildren will look in our eyes and ask us, where were you when the stakes were so high? They will ask us, what was it like? And we will tell them. We will tell them not just how we felt, we will tell them what we did. So they say actions speak louder than words. But words with the energy and intention behind it is how we can change worlds. How we can ease fear, unlock fear, the grip of fear, how we can open hearts. And she appears in AI land with the fake background. So I'm all about the voice. It's interesting that I feel I've been muted the last month, but not actually, because our words can be written. And I'm going to fill you in why I'm choosing the topic of today of say it anyway. This is a time where we're so polarized and in our bubbles, and people have their defense mechanisms up, that if you say something politically or somehow breaks their sense of stability and control, you can be stirring a hornet's nest. So I simply posted a love of a certain candidate in a beautiful AI image, 108 comments, and people on both sides tore away at each other so disrespectfully. There was body shaming. There was intellectual shaming. It was immense, and that kept me busy. And I said, what is our right and what are the forms to share our words in a way that can be received and land in reasonable people's biofields and received as their truth, and it's okay, not as an attack. So this is the new vibrational realm that we are entering, to be beings of light who can communicate our truth where there is no barbs, attack, and it can be received. So even though my voice wasn't working in the last few weeks, I had a wonderful opportunity to mitigate, work with, and rebalance the errant, angry, attacking energies of not from just one post, but many posts. And the cutest thing is a gentleman who, there's always the person that got away, the guy in high school, the Mr. Everything. And I danced with him at our 50th reunion. I said, oh, only if. You know how you do that, fantasy. He hasn't posted on my Facebook page in 50 years. Of course, hasn't been around that long. But this guy hasn't done boo, but he stepped in. And I just, because my heart has always been so open, for you grow up with someone, you know, you don't love all the parts of them. But I just received it, and I put a like. And people are afraid. I was so proud that he put the anti of what I'm saying. And I said, well, I'm not believing this and this and this myself. However, what are the greater solutions for fixing our system? So how can we allow, obviously, angry people from broken systems with crazy candidates to step forward as the best we have in the moment, to sit at the table peacefully and hear each other out? Now, this isn't just in the political realm. I'm talking relational realms. Sitting at the table with beloveds, intimate friends, partners, and saying, I hold something slightly different, and let's see if we can come to a compromise, a working model of dissonance, allowing the chaos before the harmony, allowing for our own needs, our own ways of seeing things from all we're bringing in our history to the table, and letting it be seen with love, with the sense of no posturing, defensiveness, silent treatment, gaslighting. We know all the different ways that we can form these parameters that keep us separate and away from the greater good. The greater good is also the personal good. We forget that. Not one of us stands as an island or alone. But what we've learned is to not trust people. The dog and cat fight on my Facebook timeline on one topic, going and going. People didn't even read what was above and would discount and totally obliterate a person by not having the patience. That's how hot-headed we are now. So I'm doing this meditation to remind you, if you are here today on the Be the Light meditation, there's a part of you that promised to be the solution to human angst, to rise into a vibrational field of allowance, neutrality, in humor of, oh my goodness, we've only gotten this far in humanity, and I'm only using so many of my tools. So that's why I do the meditation every week, to remind myself of my ability to rise up. There's actually a graph they've shown. They can measure the human auric field. If you're in the scale of these relative scales, 200 to 400 vibrationally, you're into angst, anger, resistance, reluctance, all the way up to 800, 1,000 hertz, where you're beginning to expand, where there's no thought sticking, and you have a freedom and flow and allowance and sense of peace and no pushback, no resistance. So that's why we want to be the light, to be that person who can stand in the hornet's nest, the Facebook feed, and say and do something that helps settle people's souls and hearts and minds that this is the truth. I have permission to say what I have to say in a loving, respectful way in every moment. So take a deep breath and try that on. Is that you? Are you that person to bring that torch of light. It really is the Statue of Liberty, the light, to lighten up, to see the way, to hold disparate, even unusual, unique outlooks on things based on how they were raised and their woundings. How can we be that magnanimous, magnificent being who sees things through the eyes of Jesus or Buddha with compassion, allowance, and love? So let's take a breath through our nose and out through our mouth. As we now drop into our heart, that was the preparatory speech, to drop in and to make some commitments, commands to our energy field for moving forward with choice, aligning our will for the greater good for ourselves, all the operational systems in our life, in the on the planet and beyond. Thinking it's for editing later. Strange. Haven't had this level of chokiness. Maybe it's bringing these truths out. There's interference somehow, but it's not going to get me. All right, so let's take another breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes, because this is an in-body physiology reorientation. We want to be fully present, not dissociated, a talking head up here about being light. We want every cell in our body to resonate. This choice, this standing on the platform of equanimity, justice for all, being the tuning fork of vibration that rebalances your own life, your home life, your community, and beyond. We call in the spirit helpers. We call in your deceased relatives existing in the realm of support, inspiration, and possibility for you, the ground team. You are the living, breathing potential for Earth to heal. Feel that. Feel that in your body and your bones. One person, one voice, you. And feel the different ways you've already made a swath of change in your life. And also acknowledge the times when you've contracted, where you haven't felt so safe and neutral. Love it all and embrace it as your journey. But in this moment, if you so choose, in your mind, not out loud, repeat after me. I ask and intend to be a model of truth and light, to reflect the Creator's compassion through my communications, through my eyes and my touch. I ask that all my faculties come online to be the lightening agent, the leavening agent for expansion, so that all can receive the truth with love. I ask that I clear my own decks of any illusions or confusion of my ability to bring through absolute truth. I release all aspects of my ego that no longer serve me. I am choosing to be a stellar, bright, warming, illuminating light of the Creator's truth on earth in every moment moving forward now. Take a breath. Feel into this. And let this, it is really warm. It's radiating out from your heart. Feel it radiating out so that it bathes all parts of your being, especially your brain. And right now your brain is surrendering to this warmth, this inclusive, generous energy. It's always available for you to run through your body. The golden light of the Creator's love and bliss. Take a breath, and if you need to, even spread your arms to receive it, opening your chest, letting your rib cage open, letting your neck be bathed, your throat, your voice mechanisms, all the way up, stream out your eyes. Imagine the Creator's light is streaming in through your crown chakra. Your heart is receiving it and alchemizing it. So the divine light and love is now permanently embedded into all down to the atoms, all spinning, moving, flowing processes within your biofield in harmony, in perfect, precise pulse of the universal flow. Beautiful. So wiggle those fingers and toes, bring it through, make it real, ground it, and let this energy continue to flow through all parts of your being. And we will choose a message, grounding card from the Be the Light. Interesting. For this call, I was talking about the ways that our biofield, the physiology, takes the hit of all these insults of modern living. So the card I chose for us to be healthy, full of vitality, to meet these challenges and goals that we contracted with the Creator for. Healing the endocrine system. So in this open receiving state, we receive and state these words as the absolute truth. My endocrine system harmonizes all systems in my body with grace and ease. My organs and tissues are supported with excellent endocrine system functioning, keeping me tuned up and healthy. The affirmation, my endocrine system supports my well-being and vitality at optimal levels. Just let that sink into your body. I actually felt like a little buzz going through my body. We forget sometimes we need to speak it and say it to make it real. While this energy is generously bathing and you're absorbing it, I'll say a little bit. When we speak, it's not just nothing. Your speech actually makes a physical form in the real world, not just in the etheric. We now have auric imaging that catches light at very high speeds, where you can see the colors emanating from your speech. You can see the change in your own human chakra as you change the nature of your speech and intentionality. We have cymatics that shows an actual form of your voice that goes out like a snowflake that others receive and are bathed in the formulation of the consonants and vowels through your physical and spiritual mechanism. Words are healing wands to heal, reorient, and healing swords to cut away and break energetic cording and miscreations. So this week, the focus is, am I able to say, potentially receive discordantly communications in a way that humans are okay hearing that I disagree with them. A master of this, whether you align politically or not, is Pete Buttigieg. He can say something and people will say, he's so intelligent. What an amazing guy. It just lands that you accept that that's his truth and he's not attacking you. There's just something. And it's a lack of defensiveness or pressuring or having to have people believe him. So if you need a model, a role model for how to speak in the way that you're just owning your truth and that your physiology, your emotions, and your spirituality are aligned with that truth, it doesn't piss people off. They actually can hear it and take it into their brain and go through mental discernment without the pushback. That's what I'm talking about. Not setting a fire within people's emotional fields with our communications. Everything I'm saying can be tracked frequency-wise, vocal profiles, sparks on the receivership side or the speaker side. This is science now. So let's use this science to help us understand and move towards authentic, full body, spirit-filled, intuitively we receive communications that can move the chess game on earth towards higher understanding, expansion, and allowance. So this is today's meditation. Let's put a beautiful golden resilient egg around our entire body to hold these new beautiful energies moving. Claim them, be them, breathe them. And when you speak now, you will see a decided difference in owning, a grounding, a calm, and allowing yourself to be the light through your words and your sharing your truth as you see it. Excellent. So thank you for joining me today. I am 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐿 Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com.